Hi, this is Mandy from SunflowersAndDors. Welcome back to my channel. I'm just checking everything's in view at the moment. I've got a different setup and I'm still trying to adjust. So apologies if there's any technical hitches. Okay, so today I've had quite a few people asking for a copy of a project I did quite a while ago, and yeah, it was kind of like a multi-pocket thingy-bobby, and it was, you know, basically something that you could use, adapt, do whatever, and so because I've had a lot of people ask for that, I'm just going to do a refresher. I think it's probably the easiest thing to do. So I did it using some Tim Holtz paper. I'm just looking now for something, probably going to go with one of these, I think. Just see if there's any smaller pieces I can use then, which there is. Yeah, plenty here. So, okay, I think I'm going to go with that piece. Just pop those to one side, and we're going to pop all of this to one side. Okay, so the purpose of this is to create a piece out of a 12 by 12. Directional does make a difference, but not hugely, so I wouldn't, you know, overly worry at this point. We start with a 12 by 12, and I'm going to put two score lines in this. One is going to be at 4.5 inches. The other one is going to be at 9 inches. And then I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to turn it anti-clockwise. Well, it doesn't make, yeah, I suppose it does. I'm going to turn it anti-clockwise, and I'm going to put a third score line at 7 inches. Okay, so we are left with a piece that folds kind of like this, with an additional fold here. Now we're going to make a few cuts to this. Probably the easiest thing to do, and I've seen people do this, is to get the cut lines, just put a slight bit of ink along the cut lines, and you will be able to see very, very clearly where you are going to cut your card. Okay, so technically what we have is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sections. It's hard to see with this paper because of the kind of already the design in it, but we've got 2 sections here, we've got another 2 in the centre, and we've got another 2 here. What we're going to do is we're going to cut off the bottom left and the bottom right section. So we're going to kind of be left with a bit of a T shape, I suppose. And what I would say is, where you're cutting, the pieces that you're cutting out, if it makes sense, cut it on the kind of outside line. So where you've scored it here, you've almost got a bit of a, you could cut it either side of the score line. We're going to cut it on the side of the score line, which means the biggest portion of the card on the score line is on the pieces that we have cut out that's really weird to try and explain, but if you see what I mean here, this is the score line here, and we could have cut it up this side of the score line, but the pieces we've cut out the full score line with those. So we end up with this almost like a T-shape, a funny T-shape. You can do this project and you can, there's a couple of options for how you do it. We can either fold it like this, or we can fold it like this. And a lot of that will kind of depend on what paper you're using and what project you want to use it for. I'm going to do it so that this is the prominent pattern. So my folds are going to be like this. So just to show you again, I've folded this top section up here. I have folded this over here, and then I'm folding this one back on itself. The idea will be that this section here, and I'm just going to put some quarter pieces in there around the corners, this section here will glue to our page. But it's not going to fully glue, we're going to glue it along the top and the bottom and down this left side here. So we'll end up with a quite a large side pocket. And then the rest of it we will kind of develop, and it's going to be a flippy outy, all sorts type project. So I will run through that with you. Okay, so open it back up. This section here is going to be way too big for what we want. So I'm going to cut this down a little bit. And luckily, it's got lines on it, which I can follow. So you don't actually need a cutter. Pair scissors will do the job. And I'm going to round the corners again for those two pieces. So this is what we end up with here. Okay, we know this section here is going to be glued, so we know that we still have this front section here to play with. This is going to fold up here, and this one here is what we fold over here. So we've got a couple of areas that we need to kind of embellish a little bit further, or what have you. I might even, let's have a look at that. Yeah, I might even have the fold on that section there. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So instead of having this piece fold up, I've had this piece fold down. Okay, I'm going to look and decorate each piece in its own right, if you like. Let's remember this piece here is going to be glued to our page, so I'm just going to do a pencil mark on that so we know not to worry about decorating it. This flap up here, we can either have this as a flap out here, or you can glue it to your page on the left and the right, which will give you a pocket there. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a pocket that will go on this inside here. I'm going to have to cut this down a little bit more. So I'm going to create a pocket that's going to sit in there like that. This will then fold up, and again we can either glue that so we have a pocket and a pocket, or we can leave that open, and I'll show you what we're going to do with that. I tend not to ink these kind of pieces, to be honest. I just don't think it needs it, but because of the design of the paper I've chosen, I'm going to ink just so you can see exactly what it is I'm doing. I'm also going to put a divot in there, actually. Okay, so we have got a little divot there, and that is going to go on there. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to glue it. So I can get my ink, my glue to work. Okay, so I'm going to glue it down here, across the bottom and up this side. So that is going to glue there. And what we're making sure of is that these two pieces will still fold without that being in the way. So we've got our first little piece there, which is good. We've got this piece here, and we've got this piece here. Now I am going to, I think, cut across here. Yeah, I'm going to cut across there, like so. And I'm going to create another pocket here. And literally this piece, I'm not going to put a divot in here because it's a very, very small pocket, so I don't want things falling out. But with this particular piece, you can literally adapt it to be whatever you want it to be. You can have tucks, you can have belly bands, you can have folds and flaps and goodness knows what. And they can pretty much be anywhere you want them to be as well. So this is totally customizable. Okay, so what we've got here is we've got a pocket here and we've got a pocket there. Oh, that hasn't glued on there properly yet. So a pocket there and a pocket. I don't know, did I even glue that? Strange. Just add a touch more, just in case. Okay. Then the next thing I want to do is I want to actually put a little pocket here. Now, if you want to keep the design, which is really, really nice, you can just go with a vellum pocket if you want. I am going to okay. I'm going to regret not using my cutter as well because I just cannot cut a straight line for anything. Okay, looks a bit better. This time we're going to take the bottom two bits off because we're going to glue that on here. And again, I'm not going to put a divot in there because I want the pocket to be quite kind of tight so that if you are going to put things like labels or tickets or whatever in there, they're not less likely to fall out. I don't think I did glue the bottom of it after on the other one. Just had a brain freeze. Okay, so I'm going to glue this piece here, like so. Okay, this is going to fold up here, and then I am also going to add another pocket on the front here. Now you could say this is pocket overload, And you'd probably be right, to be honest. But it just, literally, I'm wanting to show you what your options are with something like this. Okay. Again, you can put a divot in there, but just because of where it is, I don't think I'm going to bother, to be honest. Okay. What to think about that one? Okay. And the other thing, the other positive in covering a lot of this is that if you've got anything that's kind of directional, that's really going to bother you, then you can use things to cover it over. So just on this one piece here, okay, we've got a flip out here, we've got a pocket here, another pocket here, another pocket here. We flip this up here, we've got another pocket there. Okay, let's remember that that there is going to be glued to our page, so we don't need to do anything with that. But this piece here is not going to be glued to our page, so I want to do something with this, and I think I'm going to do a text spot. So we'll do that first. I'm hoping I'm still in camera. Okay, so text spot is going to go there, like so. And I think I'm also going to add a little pocket, possibly. Should we go for a pocket, or should we... Yeah, let's go for a little pocket. So let's cut up there like so. I'm going to put a divot in this one because it's quite a deep pocket. Just a little divot. Okay, so this is going to go on here, like so. We'll do that first. Okay, so we've got a pocket there. If you really wanted to be kind of adventurous, then you can carry on building on that piece. I'm going to attach this text spot here, like so. And as I said, if you wanted to, you could put another pocket here, or another little text spot. Literally, you can literally, oh God, no, let's just do it, shall we? Let's just do it and show you. Okay. Gonna live life on the wild side now. So again, I'm going to put a little divot in that. Just going to ink that up a little bit. And we'll glue that one on there as well. Like I said earlier, vellum is great to use on these types of things, especially if there's pieces you don't want to cover up. So some of the designs and stuff and the papers are so pretty, you don't necessarily want to cover them. So yeah, there is an option. Vellum is great as a pocket, and you can even stitch that if you want to. Okay, so these two pieces here we are done with, which leaves us with this here and these here. Now this, because it's quite full, is actually gonna kind of affect this a little bit. So I'm just gonna quickly put a new burnish line down there, like so. Okay. So we've got 3 sections here we can decorate. The first one, which is this one here, and that's going to be our front piece. I want to kind of do a couple of pockets on this one. Now, this is where I am going to use my cutter, because otherwise, sorry about my arms flailing all over the place. So I'm going to take a tiny bit off this, so hopefully we can get that to fit down this side here. A little bit more. And does it matter that it's in a different direction? No, it really doesn't, because a lot of Tim Holtz stuff is kind of all over the place anyway, so okay. So we've got that there. Now what I don't want to do is I don't want to cover her. So what I could do is have a piece probably about here. So if I cut that about there, like so. Yeah, I'm okay with that. So another divot in there. Just ink it again. Okay, and I'm just gonna glue that in place. Like so. And I am then going to use this as an additional pocket. And this is where you are probably shouting that it is complete overkill. But as I said, it's just because I want to show you what your options are. So this one is going to pop on there as well. You will always need additional pieces other than what you've cut off from this to finish it off. But when you're using a pad for a project, you tend to have a lot of offcuts, which is what I've got here, which is great because I don't have to cut into another one. But you can always mix and match anyway. Okay, so we've got 3 pieces there. Now, on that subject, I have now just finished. I have now just finished with that. So let's see if I've got any more before I do what I really hate doing. Now you could use any of this, to be honest, because it will all match. But I'm going to be really anal, and I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to see if I've got any 6x6 or even some of the smaller pieces in this pattern, because I can make that work. Because I really, there we go. Don't want to cut a large one. Okay. Okay. So let's just take that off. Like so. Okay, so we have got two more pieces. We've got this piece here, and we've got this piece here. Now for this piece here, this is what's going to attach to the page, like so. So it's going to attach like that. So it's only, if you imagine a sheet of paper, which I don't have one to hand, but if you imagine that is going to go on an A5 sheet of paper, so you're going to have quite a bit of a space here left over. So you can attach that to give you like a tuck, or you can attach it to give you a pocket, and then what you want on top, you don't want it to be too busy. So what I'm going to do with that, and I just found some more of this, is I'm going to create another tuck spot here. But I'm going to do quite a small tuck spot because I don't want to lose too much of the paper. So I'm going to cut this piece here. I'm going to round off this bit here and just quickly glue that, quickly ink it. And that will go here, like so. Okay. And remember, when you're putting these pieces on, you need to make sure you're giving yourself enough space so that it kind of pops out without being obstructed by what you're using. Okay, so happy with that. Now with this one, do you know what? I think I'm going to do something which I don't normally do with that. We could have more pockets. We could put a nice little belly band down the centre. Yeah, we could do all of that, but I'm not going to. What I think I'm going to do is, bear with me, and I just cut a bit more of this off. I am going to, so how much have we got? We've got here to there. I'm going to fold this a tiny bit in there, just a tiny bit, like so. Oh, sorry, paper and glue coming off my hands. It's really attractive. Okay, we're going to do the same with this one. We're just going to fold that in like that. And we're just going to ink, and we're going to attach this up here, a bit further down actually, about there, and we're going to put a notepad, a removable notepad in there. Try and get it centre. Okay, but we're also going to have a little hidden pocket underneath. So let's just take those edges off. Take a little divot out of the centre. This can be used, you know, in all journals. You can adapt the size and measurements to suit. No issues with that. It's just the way we've done it. It's not really fit for a standalone piece, although you could, with some simple alterations, kind of have it as a standalone piece. So perhaps something you use for Happy Mail, or you know, a journal insert. Yeah, lots of different ideas there. Okay, so put that pretty much in the middle, so hopefully again that will cover our papers. So let's just get a ruler so we can see how much room we got to play with. So if we do 10 centimeters by, I think we'll go with 10 centimeters by 16 centimeters. I think that will be okay. Okay, so I've just quickly created a pad, 10 centimeters by 16 centimeters, and it's just a little notepad. And that, I'm hoping that's right now, that back section here is just going to pop in there like so. Okay. And we are now going to decorate it a little bit more and add some little bits and pieces. So I will be right back. And the rain has started again, so apologies if that's going to start to cause a bit of a disturbance. Okay, so I'm just going to pop one of those in there. And then these here are from the new Tim Holtz collection, but I think I'm going to go here first. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. Excuse me. Okey-dokey, okey-dokey. I'm looking for ones with like family themes. I have no idea because it's more of a it's not going to fit in there, is it? No. It's more of a office theme stationery, this one. So it isn't ephemera that I would normally put in this, but again, I just want to give you an indication of what you can kind of use this stuff for. Okay, so how we will have this, as I said, we'll have our page here. I've got a, excuse the, this was a gazebo thing. So this is going to attach to our page like this. So the first thing you're going to be able to do is flip this over here, and you will have a, you will have a side pocket here and a text spot here. You're also then going to have a, it's probably just as easy without that, sorry. You're also going to have a writing pad here. We then fold this back over here, and we've got a pocket here and a pocket here, and this is the front of our piece. You're then going to open it out the other way. We've got a pocket here, a text spot here, and then we have got, oh, just reach. We have got a little pocket there. We fold this over. We've got another little pocket there. We've got a pocket here, and we have got a pocket here. So one piece of A4 and a few extra pieces, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pockets, 1 tack, 7, 8 pockets, 9 pockets, 9 pockets, 10 pockets, and a tack, all from one 12 by 12. As I said, this isn't necessarily what I would necessarily put inside these, but just to give you an indication of what you can do. So yeah, as I said, a few people have been asking about this particular piece here, so I thought it was just as well to do an updated version, and I hope you found it useful. Any questions, then please just pop them in the comment section below, and I hope you have a go and have fun. So until next time, as always, take care of yourselves, and we'll speak soon. Bye for now.